Stewart and Chris Harris at forwards. For Air Force head coach Ernest Darnell, he'll look like this. Draylon Perkins in the guard spot. Leftridge, Pierce, Parker, and Lawson at forwards. Pierce getting his first start of this 2024 tournament. And a traveling violation, turnover. Air Force, I talked to both head coaches before the game, Joel, and both of them are amped up. Both of them with 1-3 records, but the door slightly ajar. But to get in that championship door, you got to get a win today.
Yes, and this should be a very competitive matchup. I like what the Marines did, changing their lineup, going with a more athletic lineup. You saw they came out with pressure, trying to force the issue. Lance Stewart's at the top of that press, so they forced a turnover on their first play. They're going to have to really defend Air Force's post players as they come in with their size in terms of Parker and Lawson. So it should be a pretty good matchup.
Second turnover of the game for Air Force.
The Marines really forcing an issue right here. Good start for them on defense.
Two quick turnovers for them. Both coaches, I thought they were going to play. They were amped up, ready to go for this one.
Well, according to Coach Mitchell, he can still lace them up and give you a couple of buckets. Not familiar with Coach Doe's game, though.
John Carter with the first points of the game for the Marines.
But not only the teams, in this tournament, you see the camaraderie among the coaches, the mutual respect. It's a good thing to see.
And one for Austin Parker. So Parker earns a trip to the free throw line. He's averaging 9.3 points a game in this tournament. Just 57%, however, from the free throw line. So we'll see how the product from Cape Girardeau, Missouri does here, and he hits. Good start for Air Force.
Parker's very athletic. He's a slasher, likes to play above the rim. You saw he finished at the rim and that last play. He's someone to keep an eye on.
Joe Garello. And they're going to say last touched by the Marine Corps.
Both these teams will get out and run in transition at any given opportunity when they have it. We should see a faster pace here than we saw this morning between Army and Navy.
Air Force, a tough day yesterday. They lost 71-62 to Navy to drop to 1-3 in the tournament. And a turnover for Air Force, their third of the game.
Again, the Marines really forcing the issue, coming out amped. Both teams extending the pressure. As you see here, we're in for a treat, partner.
The Air Force got 16 points from Jamal Lawson in his first start of the tournament. But he was a good chunk of that offense. But they played well when they were able to run their offense through the bigs yesterday, so we'll see how they attack it today.
And that's what they like to do. They like to bring their bigs high, run their 4-high set, get their perimeter players in what you would call Iverson cuts over the bigs. So let's see if we see some of that today.
Marines on offense here. Joe Garello from 3 off the back iron. Marines sitting at 1-3 in this tournament as there is another turnover.
Lance Stewart, the athletic player, is at the top of that press, is really wreaking havoc for Air Force early on.
This Marine squad lost by 13 to an Army team yesterday that trailed by 15 at halftime, despite John Carter's 25 points as he buries in one there.
That's what he does. He is deadly from the mid-range. Any daylight, he's putting it up, and more times than not, it's going to go in.
Euro step for Stewart, can't get it to go. Shot blocked by Lawson, though. Carter tried to put it back in, and they'll say last touched by Carter.
Yeah, Lawson blocked it, and unfortunate for the Marines, went off on Carter's shoulder.
Leftridge finds Parker. Yes.
As I stated earlier, Parker, he will finish at and around and sometimes above the rim. Very athletic player who can finish inside.
Parker had 9 points yesterday. He's got 5 already here in the first 3 minutes of this one. Karen LeBron. Stewart. And Air Force will get the basketball. One-point lead for Air Force wearing their home white unis today. That ball stolen away by Harris, and Harris gonna lay it up nicely.
The Marines really getting a lot of hands on balls, deflections, leading to steals, aggressive on defense, leading to offensive opportunities.
Coach Joe said we're gonna see who wants it more. Right now, Marines by 1. To play here in quarter number 2. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines with you at Fort Moore, Georgia. 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. And is it me or is Parker trying to put a stamp on this game early?
This is his type of game. With the Marines pressing, the floor can open up and he can find some slashing opportunities to get to the rim. The Marines switching to a 2-2-1 press there from their initial 1-2-2. So Coach Mitchell's throwing some looks, various looks early in this game.
Parker misses the first free throw. Air Force as a team just 61% at the charity stripe. 68 for 111 coming into the contest. And 0 for 2 on that trip. Joe Stone throws up a wild shot. Might have been surprised he was all by himself. And that defense is swarming for the Marines right now.
And with the swarming, aggressive defense that Marines want to play, they have to rotate to shooters. Again, the floor is going to open up. We see some fresh bodies in for the Marines.
That swarming D, though, could open up some shots for a guy like Draylon Perkins.
Yes, and the lefty knocks down his attempt. Didn't step out of bounds that time that he did 2 previous times.
Cameron Williams, baseline jumper. Leftridge couldn't handle it, but Perkins can. Nice pass to Jamal Lawson. What a pass from Leftridge.
Yes, again, great secondary action, getting the ball to the wing, finding the rim runner for an easy bucket.
5-0 run for Air Force. Last touch by White.
The pass advance is a very valuable weapon in the transition game for any offensive team. Great pass there by Draylon Perkins to ignite the break.
Matt Doherty checks in for Air Force. Jacody Ross and Hunter in the game for the Marines, and slick shot there for Jacoby Ross.
Great execution leading to a bucket on the out-of-bounds play as the Marines continue their pressure in this game. No let-up.
Karen LeBron gets whistled for the foul as he accosted Doherty in the backcourt. 2-point game, Air Force with the lead. 5 minutes gone by. Can already tell this is going to be a lot of fun tonight. Perkins. Oh. No foul call. Perkins again for three. This time connects.
Can't leave the lefty open. Catch and shoot in rhythm. Drains the three from the outside. Air Force is doing a great job right now of handling the Marine Corps pressure.
Rebound underneath Doherty, and a bad pass and a turnover for Air Force.
Again, Doherty there attempting the pass advance, but threw it at the feet of Parker. Unfortunate turnover there.
Both of these teams need to win if they want to stay in the hunt for a championship. Cameron Williams. John Carter follows, takes a shot from the elbow, and John Carter is looking good today. He's got 6.
From the same spot as we saw that last mid-range jumper again. He's automatic there. Shoots a great percentage from the mid-range.
Jalen Tolliver into the game for the first time for Air Force. And another turnover. Actually, they'll say last touch by the Marines.
Love the activity by both teams, especially the Marines right now, as they're swarming defensively. You wouldn't know either team is 1-3 right now. Throw records out the window. They're still competing, still playing hard, still mean something to both teams.
Quincy Owens for Air Force, Joe Stone for the Marines in the lineup. Tolliver lost the basketball. Carter, no. Rebounded by Parker, and Air Force on the run. Numbers, Perkins can't finish. Carter, and a foul.
This is a track meet so far. Even the officials getting up and down, a little winded. I know they're happy when teams go to the free throw line just to get a breather.
That foul on Parker, his first. John Carter, the former Naval Academy midshipman at the free throw line. He's averaging 22.8 points a game in this tournament. See that last play again.
Yeah, Carter again just being aggressive to the rim, and Parker, the athlete, attempting to block that shot. Unfortunately, comes down on Carter, sending him to the line.
Two-point lead for Air Force right now. Two for two on that trip for the Marines, and it's a one-point game. At the elbow, Tolliver's shot, rebounded by Jalen Punter, fresh into the game for the Marines, along with Will Rogers. Bounce pass to Carter. Carter gets the miss, throws it back up.
Great backdoor cut, unable to connect on the initial play. He gets his 10th point off that offensive rebound, baseline jumper.
Marines on the high side. And a foul. They'll call that on Rogers.
When teams are pressing and have their opponent contained, no need to get overzealous and come down or reach. You just have to maintain the trap without fouling.
Parker in the paint to Owens, can't convert, gets his own rebound, still fighting, and the ball knocked out of bounds, and the ball last touched by Stewart. Last touched by Rogers. The scenario for Air Force is they got to win not only today, but they got to beat Army tomorrow. That's the scenario for Air Force.
tough task, especially getting through this Marine Corps team right now who seems very determined not to let that happen. One game at a time, though. Got to get this one first.
And it's so funny that you said that, because as soon as he said, yeah, and we got to beat Army tomorrow, but I'm worried about today. So loud and clear, message received.
Coaches know not to look ahead. The old Bill Belichick, we're worried about such and such team. Have to win the game that's in front of you.
Quincy Owens catches the foul. That's his first. Air Force with 3 team fouls in this first half. Almost 8 minutes gone by. Fast-moving first half. Foul on the floor. Vinny Ortega for Air Force, who just checked into the game. He's a senior airman out of Luke Air Force Base, Arizona. Picked up the foul. It'll be Rogers to inbound. Harris skip pass to Carter. He wants a 3. Got it. John Carter is on fire. 13 points.
Prolific scorer. Can beat you off the dribble. Catch and shoot. Great offensive package.
25 points for Carter in last night's game. That's going to be picked up on the turnover, and Stewart drops it home.
Great play there by Ross, knowing his personnel, knew he had Stewart with him on the fast break, and he is a pogo stick. Laid it off the glass to entertain the crowd. Flushed it for 2.
Air Force wants a timeout. Down 6.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Please don't ever fix your mouth to try to diss him. I can rearrange your teeth like novice dentists. Snap like Thanos, turn to dust my competition. But I preach non-violence, so I just dismiss them. Ocean all my flows, I wear all my gold. 2 can't sell my chain, you just follow your nose. Cross your like Kyrie, I'm so grimy, leave slimy. Besides none of my foes, next to greatness, they look tiny. Ooh, yeah, ayy. All y'all look like steak. Ooh, yeah, ayy. I'm finna finish my plate. This ain't even a game, it's a dinner date. Curse my competition, watch me dominate. I did not come to play.
11-13 to play here between Air Force and the Marines in the first half. 19-13 to score, a 6-point lead. 10 turnovers in the game for Air Force to start.
And the Marines' defensive pressure has a lot to do with that. They have made a concerted effort to press from the beginning of the game and have not let up. Unfortunately, we have a turnover coming out of the timeout with a carry by Ross.
Just the second true turnover of the game for the Marines.
They're really playing well right now in the first 9 minutes of the game.
Coach Doe looked over when he heard me say 10 turnovers. He shook his head.
The Marines doing a great job switching defenses. We see them in an active 2-3 zone out of the timeout.
Triple team in the paint, and the Marines are out with it on the run. John Carter off the back iron. Ross out with the rebound. A lot of hop in the step of the Marines today.
It is. Great thing to see. Confident bounce in their step.
Shot for Carter won't go. Air Force trying to cut into the 6-point deficit. Perkins just misses the layup. Parker, though, gets the missed shot. And Lethbridge will reset here. Drives to the rack, no call. Last touch by the Marines. Air Force getting some second chance opportunities.
They are. And they have a formidable front line. Parker active on the glass. We see Quincy Owens coming in the game to give Lawson a spell. Lethbridge in his length. So Air Force is very capable down low.
Brandon Mitchell and the Marines want to talk about it.
Of it, that's what you gotta do. Never be pressing it. I just be listening.
13 points for John Carter and the Marine Corps with a 6-point lead here. 9:59 to play in the first half between Air Force and the Marines. Both teams sitting at 1-3. Gotta win, must win today. Shot blocked.
Gotta love the activity by the Marines right now. Their time they came out in a man-to-man, but trapped at the top, rotated out of it, and end up with a block shot.
Lethbridge will inbound for Air Force. Nice pass. Inside and one. Great look inside.
And great patience there by Parker, finding Owens in the middle of the paint, infiltrating the Marines' defense, earning the trip to the line and one opportunity.
You don't get to say the Air Force snuck in on the Marines very often.
Not at all. Not too many people sneak up on the Marines. First to fight, Dan.
Quincy Owens, an airman out of Joint Base Langley, Eustis, Virginia, at the free throw line. Yeah, he misses the and one opportunity.
Shout out to the 757 in the Hampton Roads community in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
I was there for a year.
Many great basketball players and athletes come out of the 757.
Yeah, that's rich in hoops there. Ortega looked for Owens, but a turnover for Air Force. Jalen Punter working around two defenders. Little hook shot won't go, though. Last touch by the Marines.
One of the few half-court sets we've seen on the Marines because they've gotten a lot in transition off their pressure defense.
Parker for three, no. Joshua Wallace gets that rebound taken away, and Air Force is going to be able to grab it in the backcourt. The official comes over to the scoring table. He's going to talk to him about a shot clock reset. Josh Chichester is up off the Air Force bench for the first time in this game. He'll replace Parker.
Chichester, another big body off the Air Force bench, bringing size as he matches up with the 6'10" Joshua Wallace, who comes in for the Marines.
Owens, Chichester, and a foul. Garello, the guilty one. And Chichester will be at the free throw line. Chichester had 4 points in yesterday's loss to Navy.
Chichester, the former tight end for the Louisville Cardinals, teamed with Teddy Bridgewater.
That's running it back.
Am I aging myself, Dan?
Chichester, 37 years old. 2 out of 2 on that trip for him, though. Almost got the steal. And a turnover for the Marines right there. Air Force down by 2, trying to tie it up or take the lead. Chichester, yes!
The vet with the baseline J off the turnover by Wallace, who wasn't quite strong with the ball.
4 quick points for him. All knotted up at 19 apiece. Under 8 to play in the first half.
Air Force, even with the 10 turnovers, has battled back into this game to tie it as the Marines regain the lead.
Karen LeBron with his first basket of the game for the Marines. Back to a 2-point advantage. High off the glass, it's Owens. Wallace and a foul.
Great job by Williams there. As Wallace was running to the rim. Rim runner in your secondary break. Threw it high, kept it high, attempted to finish, but drew the foul.
Joshua Wallace is a corporal out of Okinawa, Japan. And he makes the first free throw. 3 points now in the tournament, all coming at the free throw line. Hasn't seen a lot of action for the Marines. He got inserted into the starting lineup yesterday for Brandon Mitchell when they needed a different look. Did his job, does his job right there. And the Marines back on the high side by 2. And a little pressure here from the Marines.
Yes, and now Nyan Ashley, who just checks in at the top of that press. He was very active yesterday. I expect a lot of that from him today.
Jalen Tolliver.
Air Force is starting to settle in, handling the pressure, finding open players. The Marines, when the ball is advanced, have to retreat, rotate, and not give up easy buckets.
Got foul on Chris Harris. His first. That's the 8th team foul on the Marines here in this first half. And the missed shot for Tolliver on the free throw. And a turnover for the Marines.
Miscue there by John Carter, attempting to be aggressive, just off his foot.
Doherty gets triple teamed. And a jump ball. And I think his coach is going to tell him, pass it to the wing earlier.
The Marines are being very assertive on the defensive end. Very active. Swarming.
All tied up at 23. Nyan Ashley in the paint, got it stripped away by Tolliver. Owens in the low post. And it's Chichester still battling and throws it up. A third chance, and the Marines come down with it. On the run now. Will Rogers gets his shot blocked by Tolliver.
Tolliver is long and lengthy, as we saw in the previous possession, got the steal. His length and athleticism is really an advantage for him on the defensive end.
Marines will inbound. As John Carter takes the three. Air Force with a chance to take the lead on this possession. Skip pass all the way over, a wide open Perkins.
Good find by Doherty. Perkins, who had a couple of early threes, unable to connect there.
Perkins had 27 points against the Marines the last time these two teams hooked up.
He can score in bunches.
Tolliver finds Doherty on the back door.
Great job by Tolliver, not settling for the open outside shot, but taking up the slack, attacking the paint, and finding his teammate Doherty for the easy layup.
2-point lead for Air Force. And this game definitely has a feel of both teams playing for their lives.
Yes, they are both getting after it as we see Air Force here switching defenses. And the Marines capitalize with a three.
Karen LeBron, he's got 5. 1-point lead for the Marines.
I love the action, I love the pace, I love the activity. This is a great game so far.
Harris down with the rebound. Kicks it out for Carter. 3, yes!
Again, great in transition. Get a foot in the paint, drive, kick, catch and shoot. Textbook offensive basketball.
11th triple of the tournament for him. Quincy Owens on the other end, yes!
Both teams are putting on a clinic in transition. Again, this game is wide open. The pace has been high. It's been pretty fun to watch.
Carter, this time no. There's one-on-one here between Perkins and Rogers, and Perkins wins. He's got 8.
Perkins finishing with his offhand, the southpaw lefty.
Game tied at 29. Ashley. Shot clock rolls under 10. Carter wants another 3. In and out. Fast and furious here in the first half. And a lot of substitutions here with 3:30 to play.
At this pace, it's critical that coaches get fresh bodies in and out of the game, changing your personnel to ensure that you have fresh players.
The pace has been frenetic, and Air Force has cut down on those turnovers that plagued them early in the game.
And it shows on the scoreboard. Take care of the ball, get good shots. Can't score if you don't have the ball.
Nice move from Leftridge. And Air Force reclaims the lead.
Leftridge is another one of Air Force's long and athletic wings. Could finish around the rim.
That's the 6th foul on Air Force, that foul on Leftridge. So it'll be 1-and-1 time next. So this will be a 2-shot opportunity at the free throw line. Karen LeBron at the free throw line for the Marine Corps. Averaging 8.8 points a game. He's 6 of 9 from the free throw line in this tournament. And he connects on the first one.
He's given the Marines a great contribution off the bench in this tournament. As we see Leftridge here coming down, trying to contest a shot.
We're even again. 7 points now for Karen LeBron. Matt Doherty thought about a 3, goes inside from about 8 feet, can't connect.
Both teams showing multiple defensive looks, giving the offense something to think about. Sometimes that can throw you out off your rhythm.
Cody Ross picks up the foul. And Traylon Perkins will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Perkins averaging 12 points a game in this tournament. 8 points tonight. 10 of 14 for the tournament from the free throw line for Perkins.
Someone should do a case study why lefties are very good shooters.
I've noticed you're fixated on that. That's your thing.
It is. It is. I'm just thoroughly impressed.
But it does look really cool, too. They're smooth.
Lucky lefty.
Double figures now for Perkins. Air Force back up top by 2. 2:26 to play first half. Leftridge draws the unlucky assignment against Carter. Turnaround jumper in the lane for Ross. Great effort by Stewart, but couldn't save it.
Two teammates just hustling for the ball. Unfortunately, Stewart threw it off punter.
Matt Doherty's starting to heat up for Air Force.
He's capable. And again, Leftwich with his length in the passing lane, getting deflections. Excuse me there, the refs actually called a foul.
Marines a perfect 6 for 6 from the charity stripe so far in the contest.
Announcer's jinx there, partner.
My bad. 3-point lead for Air Force. Doherty took a long 3. So Navy will get the ball here, but a little extra ball pressure from Air Force.
Yes, now they start to extend their pressure, controlling the game early. It's important that they finish the half strong and not let Air Force pull away.
Karen LeBron can't get it to drop. Over and back violation, and now the officials are going to talk about it. I think it was touched by the Marines first.
Doherty attempted to reverse the ball. I didn't quite see a deflection there.
Lawson from the elbow. Jillian Punter and Stewart come together, get the rebound. Marines under a minute to play in the first half, down by 3, on their way to the hoop. Out for LeBron for 3, got it. Tie game at 35.
Sometimes your best three-point opportunities come off offensive rebound kickouts, as we saw there.
2 triples for LeBron. He's got 11 points.
Great contribution off the bench as he's made all tournament long.
Quincy Parker and 1. Check that, Austin Parker.
Parker's slashing and athletic ability, capable of finishing at the rim. Huge asset for Air Force.
Parker with 7 points now. And Air Force reclaims their 3-point lead they had.
Coach Doe does not want John Carter to get the ball, putting
against the Marines. The Marines were led by the 18 points of John Carter. Karen LeBron had 11 points. 7 points for Austin Parker and 10 for Draylon Perkins. And Air Force with a quick bucket to start this second half. Stewart. Air Force, Joel, had 11 turnovers in that first half, but we called 10 of them in the game's first 4 minutes, and then they settled down.
They really did settle down, combated that pressure. They seem to have found their rhythm.
Leftridge with the bucket. So a 5-point lead for Air Force. It's win and stay alive if you're Air Force or the Marines. Will Rogers with the bucket.
The pace has picked up where it left off in that first half.
Rebound taken down by Stewart. If this half is anything like the first half, we're in for a good time.
Yes, both teams trying to fill themselves out right now. Still up and down, frenetic pace.
Leftridge. What a drive to the bucket. The young guy trying to establish himself.
And that's what he does. He has the ability to get to the paint. He's been very active for Air Force here in these last couple of days.
So Leftridge at the free throw line. 6.5 points a game in the tournament. And he misses the first.
Played his college ball in the Sun Belt at Troy University. Started 19 games in 3 seasons.
Second one goes down for the former Trojan. 4-point lead for Air Force. That ball knocked away. But the ball will stay with the Marines. Don't forget, the women are coming up next. Air Force women, the only unbeaten team in this tournament.
And a big reason why are Wade and Phillips. They're just absolutely talented. They have a deep squad, multiple contributors.
And an ill-advised shot there from Rogers and an air ball.
You've got to love how the Air Force has persevered, not only through their turnovers, but they've really settled in against this pressure that the Marines have been applying throughout the game. No let up by the Scarlet and Gold.
Marines had 6 turnovers in that first half. Jamal Lawson, just his second bucket of the game. Air Force by 6.
Air Force is doing a good job beating the initial pressure and finding easy buckets on the backside. The Marines have to retreat and rotate.
Nice find. Lawson just didn't finish. Karen LeBron on the other end.
And
Nice passing on both sides.
That's what your coach would do, exactly what Joe Stone did. At a fast break, make that decision around the three-point line, come to a stop, fundamental bounce pass for the easy two.
Lawson. Air Force back up again by 6.
Marines could really use a good offensive possession here to keep the game relatively close. Air Force obviously got Coach Doe's message at halftime. Whatever adjustments they made, whatever speech he gave, they have responded and started to take control of this game.
Coach Mitchell on the other side shouting instructions for his squad. Matt Doherty, open look. Marines trying to get some offense. Karen LeBron delivers that offense.
And he continues to be a key for the Marines. You never like to see a transition opportunity off a made basket. And Parker finds his way behind the defense, earning a trip to the line for the and one.
Austin Parker. "12 points, make it 13 in the game."
He's really been a force for Air Force, no pun intended.
I see what you did there. John Carter, step back. Yes, that's hard to defend.
And that's one of his patented moves. Hard stop, create space, step back, mid-range, cash.
Parker.
Parker's really, throughout the course of this game, asserted himself offensively. Attacks the rim with reckless abandon.
3 for 5 at the charity stripe. Make it 4 for 6. Air Force shot 60% in the first half at the free throw line. Clock stopped with 15:51 left in the second half. 15 points now in the game. He's tied with Karen LeBron for second place in that department. Shot on the baseline from Cameron Williams, and he gets his first bucket of the game. Draws the Marines within 5.
They really needed that bucket. And this is how you get back in the game. You string together stops and scores, stops and scores. So let's see if the Marines can convert here to make the game even closer this possession.
LeBron working against Vinny Ortega. And Ortega picks up foul number 2 of the game.
LeBron with a size advantage over the 5'8" Ortega.
Get a good look there at Karen LeBron, all 19 years of age.
And that's a good sign for the Marines. A lot of young talent they can build on in years to come. Look forward to seeing how they grow and develop as a team.
The Marines 7 of 8 from the charity stripe in the first half. LeBron and a missed free throw, but a timeout called on the floor. We'll take it as well. Air Force by 4.
We on a conquest. Came a long way. Look at the progress. I see no competition. It ain't no contest. You ain't in discussion. Not even a prospect. Yeah, you better go and get to meditating. Yeah, we coming for you, no hesitation. Might as well call the league up. Tell them put the trophy on reservation. Been going up, that's elevation. No holding back, no preservation. Treat off season like postseason. No days off, this dedication.
Game time, don't expect us to play nice. We got plans to take every record home. One thing you should know is how to.
Yeah, you better go and start meditating. Yeah, we coming for you, no hesitation. Look. Yeah, no holding back, no preservation, no off days, this dedication. Game time, get out the way, we coming through. Check the hang time, been on top, ain't nothing new. A lot of talk, whole lot of noise, but ain't cutting through. Word on roll, you got a couple L's, you'll have another soon, don't sweat. Whole lot of sacrifice, no regrets. Whole lot of dubs, but ain't done yet. Say you the one, but ain't one yet. Running the game, ain't take one step. Hold up. Yeah, all emotions aside.
15-10 to play here in the second half between the Marines and Air Force. Day 5 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Must-win game for both of these squads if they want any shot of playing in the title game. And Austin Parker has been playing like it's must-win.
17 points now in the game. Establishing himself inside the paint.
Joshua Wallace connects.
Great job by Wallace there. Caught the ball high, kept it high, finished high. Textbook post play by the 6'10 Wallace.
Vinny Ortega from downtown. That's his first bucket of the game, third tray of the tournament. 7-point lead for Air Force, and Owens down with the rebound, and the Air Force with some numbers here. Ortega wants a wide open look for 3 again. This time misses. And now the Marines will come up court. Joe Stone, and that ball was knocked out of his hands.
The Marines have to get back to good transition defense. Air Force starting to run and find open players in transition, something to watch out for.
Coach Doe said before the game they had to limit their turnovers. And since that early run, they've done that. Hitting some shots as well. Joe Stone, though, with the easy layup. 5-point lead for Air Force.
The Marines showing a zone look here.
Chris Harris with the rebound.
Leffridge, he just gets hands-on basketballs. He's an asset for Air Force. He and Tolliver, who are both in the game. Great athletic wings. Can guard multiple positions.
Diving for loose balls. I think he's gotten better as the tournament has went along, as he's got more comfortable playing at this level.
Yes, he's really been a key piece to what Air Force does.
Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. 13:27 to play. Air Force by 5. 5-point lead for Air Force. Both of these teams trying to keep the door open just a little bit to try to get into the championship game. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines, Wayne Walcott, first-year head coach for the All-Army squad, joining us here at the broadcast table. And, Coach, tough game again today against the Navy. How you feeling?
I'm not feeling too good. At the end of the day, I have to be better. You know, when your team loses, it's not the players, it's the game plan and what we did. And what we did wrong was, you know, we didn't make enough shots when we had the opportunity to make them, and that's on me. So I got to get our players in better opportunities to make easier plays to coincide with the defensive intensity we've been playing with.
Marines in the front court. What do you think of this game so far?
So far, you know, the Air Force is doing what they're supposed to do. You know, they're playing hard, and they know they have to win this game to still have an opportunity to go to the championship. And, you know, we have windows where, you know, if the Marines win, we automatically get in, and then we have a window where if the Air Force gets in, then our game tomorrow, winner gets in. So you wouldn't want to have it either way. Me personally, as a competitor, I would want to play the Air Force just because I would like to be the one to go to the gold medal game, not based off someone else but myself. And so I'm not rooting for either or. Whatever happens, happens. But I definitely would like to play the Air Force.
Coach, talk to us about what Colton Ray means to your team.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Colton Ray, he's been a viable part of your team this tournament. Can you just speak to what he means to your team?
Colton Ray is the head of the snake. I mean, it's no secret. He's played Division I basketball. He's played in the NCAA tournament in front of 25,000 fans. So, you know, playing in this is nothing new or any stressful than what he's already been through. So he is my best player. He is the leader. But at the same token, you know, he has to do a better job as well. He got 2 technicals today, and that's unacceptable because at the end of the day, it cost us 8 points, and we lost by 6. And, you know, mathematics tells it all. You know, in games like this that are close, you know, you can ill afford to give teams free points, and we did that today.
So you talked about Air Force. They're up by 6 right now, but as competitors, that win or go home mentality, players kind of crave that too.
No, they do. At the end of the day, you know, with this game, I expect nothing but the Marines to give the Air Force everything they have, regardless if they can make the championship or not. And I expect the Air Force to empty the gas tank, knowing that, you know, mathematically they still have a chance. And that's what they're doing, and the score is reflective of that. And, you know, each team has the players to dictate, you know, how the game's going to go. And right now, the Air Force is playing the game that they want to play, and the score reflects that.
And Joel, this second half has turned into a little bit of a defensive struggle for both of these squads. They are really taking control of this game over the offense.
Yes, initially early on, you know, we saw pressure defense. The game was wide open. But as we see here, punter, you know, finishing on the inside. I'm going to get back to Coach. Coach, as a first-year head coach in this tournament, what's your experience been like at the Armed Forces basketball tournament?
So I'm known as being a confident person, humble but not overly confident. I've coached high level before. I currently have a high level, highly ranked team in Fayetteville, North Carolina currently. It's challenging because you're dealing with older men. And when you're dealing with older men, you know, they've been there, done that before. So getting them to buy into what you're trying to do strategically can be difficult. But, you know, this is everything that I knew it was going to be. Yeah, every game was going to be a challenge, and you just have to remain humble and give everything you have, and at the end of the day, just pray that you made the least amount of turnovers and mistakes that would lead you to victory. And so far, 2 of those games we have not, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in.
Vinny Ortega with the big 3 there from Air Force, guys, and Air Force gets the ball back after the Marines commit a foul. And so if you're Air Force, when I talked, Coach, with Coach Doe before this one, he said, I can't worry about tomorrow because I'm too worried about what's happening right now. What do you think Air Force got to do the rest of the way to win this one?
Play their game. I mean, right now they're controlling the tempo. Their strength to me is their bigs in athleticism. And so long they play through them and not allow the pace to get picked up, because the Marines are known for energy. No one plays as hard or as aggressive as the Marines. And if you play that style of play with them, they will always have an opportunity to beat you. And so long the Air Force just slow the tempo and play through their strengths, they'll be fine.
Marines in the front court. Jalen Punter working against Parker and imposes his will. Down to a 4-point game here, 9:27 to play. Ortega, open look for 3, no. Harris with the rebound. Marines on the move. And a foul.
Coach, how does Army's world-class athlete program, the WCAP program, benefit your basketball team?
Oh, 100%. I mean, when it comes to recovery and anything outside the basketball realm, you know, we're able to deal with certain things at a higher level than everyone else. And so, you know, the WCAP is an excellent program. Colonel Mason and Drake Elliott are 2 of the best in the business that we have. And, you know, we're like all teams, we're dealing with injuries and everything, you know, from grueling camp that's going on. And we have trainers that are able to get them back in action, you know, so long it doesn't compromise them individually as a soldier. Because at the end of the day, you know, mission first and soldier first. So, you know, and as a coach, I would never compromise in a potential injury, you know, for competition. So if they're healthy, I trust everything that, you know, the colonel and our staff is saying.
2-point game here after the free throws by Joe Stone. And that shot was blocked. Parker, though, with the putback. He's got 19, Joel.
Again, very active around the rim, slasher. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. It's been a force for the Falcons.
Parker whistled for the foul, his 2nd of the game. What caught you about that play, Coach?
The Marines just being aggressive. You know, that's how they play. If they have a lane, they're going to attack it. And, I mean, of course, it helps that they have 2 of the best players that are in our game, and John Carter and Chris Harris. When you have those 2, you're never out the game. That's a pro-level move right there, and he just hit it. He destroyed us with it. So I'm not surprised by anything those 2 players do.
22 points now for Carter. And it's a 2-point game. With 8:23 to play. Getting down to crunch time. The ball stolen away by Carter. In transition, Carter lays it up and in.
The Marines creating fast break opportunities out there, trapping their man-to-man offense.
second straight possession with an Air Force turnover.
That guy, John Carter, I must admit, I have a great player in myself with Colton Gray, but John Carter is one of the top 2 players I've ever seen. That he plays like Devin Booker in the NBA, but the military version, and the way he uses his body to create his shot is phenomenal. And then he can do that.
Can beat you in multiple ways. Off the catch, off the dribble, like you said, lives in the main range, mid-range. Knows how to create space. He's just a scorer.
He is. He's a great player. You're never out of the game with a player like him.
Not just a shot taker, he is a shot maker.
Tie game, 7:43. And I think if you're Air Force, you don't want it any other way because you know you got to earn it. Marines ain't going to give it to you.
Either way, you can't go wrong. I mean, yeah, do you want the easy way where you can rest and know that you're in the championship game? Absolutely. But, I mean, for anyone who knows me or the type of person that I am, I'm rooting for the Air Force. I want to be the one to get there on my own with my team because we did it, not because someone else helped us. And, you know, we won 3 games, but still, I would like to knock the Air Force out.
Lance Stewart for the Marines maybe has other ideas, Coach, as he hit a 3. Marines with the 1-point lead, and the ball coming back their way.
I knew Stewart was a great athlete, but I had no idea he had a little bit of range in his game.
Stu is the best athlete. I'll go as far as saying that. Stu is the best athlete that I've seen. If there's another one, I haven't seen him. But as far as finishing around the rim and attacking the glass, no one jumps as high as him. It's no secret that's his skill set, his ability to leap above all the others.
It's been very disruptive in the Marines. 1-2-2 full court press when they go to it.
Foul on Perkins, his second. Jamal Lawson checks back into the lineup for Air Force. Let's take a look at that last play again.
Wasn't quite set there on the attempt to take a charge.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. 6:39 to play. Marines by 1. John Carter and the Marines have the lead, 1 point over Air Force right now, 67-66, and a foul. Leftridge got tied up with John Carter's feet. That's going to be his 3rd foul. And Coach, during the timeout, we were talking about it, but this is exactly how you want these tournaments to play out. Every game is competitive and every game matters.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I know ultimately as competitors, some may want the rest and all that. I've never been about that. I want every game to mean something, and that's exactly what you're seeing right now. Every game means absolutely something.
Carter for three.
He's a stud.
No question.
3 triples in the game for John Carter.
The Marines do a great job running plays for him, running off screens, getting him in spots where he can be effective.
Yeah. That's indicative of Brandon Mitchell. I've been competing against him for a few years now, and he runs a lot of elevator screens, off-ball screens, double high screens, you name it. If there's a player that can do what John Carter does, he's going to make him available, and that's exactly what you're seeing.
A lid on the bucket right now for Air Force.
Great job by Doherty, sticking his nose in there and taking the charge.
Karen LeBron picks up his second foul.
You got to give credit to both teams, the way they're playing right now. You know, with the Air Force, you know, they had a slow start. But what they've done is they've given themselves a chance to have an opportunity to play for the championship, and that's all you can ask for. And so, you know, the way they're playing right now, you know, give credit to them and their coaching staff. And then the Marines, being technically, mathematically out, still playing hard and wanting to win. Like, that's a testament to their mentality and, you know, their leadership and the coaching staff.
Leftridge with the block. After Air Force had committed a turnover, and there's a bucket there for Williams.
Great move by Williams with the change of pace to work his way to the rim.
And Air Force gets a much needed bucket. Tolliver with 4.
No quitting either team. Again, all these teams in our tournament, they have a tremendous amount of pride, and there's no quit in any of them.
Harris with the rebound. Marines will reset their half-court offense here. Shot clock rolls under 10. Perkins and a pass and a turnover for the Marines. So both teams have had 6-point leads here in this second half over one another.
No lead is safe in games like this. We blew plenty of leads, and so I firsthand understand that nothing is safe here in this competition.
Air Force can't find 2 points right on that possession.
Oh,
and the lob pass.
And that's what I was talking about, 21. He's the only athlete who can do that.
Back to a 6-point advantage. 4:20 to play. That's a lifetime still. Matt Doherty
Can't
for
leave him
3.
open.
Yes!
You cannot leave him open.
The former North Carolina Wesleyan battling Bishop nails the 3. Air Force could tie it with the 3. Perkins into the lane, knocked away. Turnover by LeBron, and Air Force will bring it back the other way.
Doherty having a tough time in the last possession, shooting over the length of Stewart and Harris, who contested the shot.
3-point lead for the USMC. Air Force trying to make it to a big-time matchup against Army tomorrow if they can win. Back after this.
Not even a prospect. Yeah, you better go and get to meditating. Yeah, we coming for you, no hesitation. Might as well call the league up. Tell them put the trophy on reservation. Been going up, that's elevation. No holding back, no preservation. Treat off season like postseason. No days off, this dedication.
Game time, don't expect us to play nice. We got plans to take every record home. One thing you should know is how to.
Yeah. Bad going we coming through. Check the hang time, been on top, ain't nothing new. A lot of talk, whole lot of noise, but ain't cutting through. Word on roll, you got a couple L's, you'll have another soon, don't sweat. Whole lot of sacrifice, no regrets. Whole lot of loves, but ain't done yet. Say you the one, but ain't
3-point game here with 3:45 to play here at the Smith Fitness Center at Fort Moore, Georgia. Day 5 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines, Army head coach Wayne Walcott, the men's head coach. Tough loss for them today against Navy, but if the Marines win this game, they punch a ticket to the championship. So coach is watching intently this final 3:25. It's anybody's game right now, Joel.
Yes, it is. 3-point game, 3 minutes left. Back and forth. This is far from over.
Ooh. Turnover by the Marines.
Tough pass.
And one!
Help him up. That's a good play.
Again, transition defense. A couple of lapses in transition defense on the part of the Marines. Air Force finding some opportunities over the top.
Let's watch that one again.
Doherty finished a strong punter. Contest the shot.
What a game. This is all you can ask for.
Doherty 9 points in the game. Doherty had a 13-point game against Army earlier in this tournament.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up, but but I mean, in all retrospect, Matt Doherty is a good shooter. He's a great player. 13. He's capable of exploding for more than that. So, to make light of this situation, I'm okay with 13.
Ties up the game for Air Force. It's a 3-minute game.
Crunch time, tie ball game. What more could you ask for? Every possession critical down the stretch.
Perkins called for the foul. That's his 3rd foul, and Will Rogers will be at the free throw line. The first lieutenant from Camp Pendleton, California, has 4 points tonight. 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
At this juncture, where there's going to be a lot of fouls and a lot of mistakes being made as far as reaching, free throws are going to be imperative, and he just missed an important free throw.
Front end of the one-on-one is so important in a game like this.
Parker got his shot blocked from behind.
LeBron is really having a great game on both ends for the Marines. He's been a key player for them this game.
I love his game. I've intentionally made it present to walk up and say, I love how hard you attack the basket and the force in which you do so. He goes to the basket with intentions, and it puts the refs in position to make a call. And if that's your strength, he does exactly what he's supposed to do.
So tell us a little bit about how tomorrow could go down if you're not playing to make the championship. If you're in, how do you approach a game like that tomorrow?
So I'm a little different from others. I know that other coaches would sit their star players. But I mean, I've looked at pro sports, and I've seen personally that when you sit players, they lose rhythm. And, over a course of a 40-minute game, you don't want a team to lose whatever rhythm that they have if it's positive, because normally if you make the championship, you have majority of positive rhythm than negative. And so I would at least give my players playing time during the game. I would want them to play, to break a sweat, to execute certain things that we're trying to do, and then get them out of there. And I know all coaches are different. Some may not agree with that, but I would not sit my players the entire game. I want them to play.
2:34 to play in a tie game. Coach, what do you think the keys are the rest of the way for both teams?
who's more disciplined and who makes their free throws. And it's tough to say who that will be, but ultimately, whoever limits turnovers and whoever converts at the free throw line will win this game.
Kevo Lethbridge to inbound for Air Force. 2.5 to play. Perkins, 17-footer off the back iron. Parker, though, with a big rebound. Up and just missed getting it down.
Parker has been the player of the game for Air Force this game.
100%.
He has really established himself, put the team on his back.
He did what Tyler Nelson from the Navy did to us. Made all the extra plays, went after the basketball. You know, even if it wasn't in his area, you know, there are certain players out there, if they're effective offensively or not, they understand the intangibles, and that's what Parker's doing.
Parker cannot connect on either. And Owen there to clean it up.
There's that discipline you were talking about, Coach. And Air Force capitalizes on the Marines' mistake.
2-point lead for Airmen. Chris Harris tried to find Stewart on the baseline.
Again, now is not the time to really thread the needle. You want to make sure you have sure passes, no maybe passes. And again, the discipline that Coach is talking about, Air Force has a chance to really stretch this right here.
Big possession here for Air Force. 140 and counting. Doherty, and now same situation.
Cannot take the basketball for granted. And that's what we've seen the last two possessions by both teams.
And Coach Doe is telling Matt Doherty and his squad that exact same thing. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Air Force by 2.
Won't stop going till a player on top know it. Rooftop pit, house sweet. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fight through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already. Emotional work and devotion. We put in this time. Look.
You won't stop.
The slimmest margins for Air Force right now, a 2-point lead, trying to hang on and earn a date against Army tomorrow to play for a chance at a Thursday date in the championship game, but a long minute 37 between Air Force and Army tomorrow. Marines got something to say. Will Rogers into the front court. Harris high off the glass, puts it in.
That's Chris Harris. That's why he was one of the tournament top 5s last year. You expect that from him. If there's a close game, please believe he's going to have his hands on the ball.
And he doesn't shy away from the moment either.
Absolutely not.
Nice pass right off the hands of Parker. Under a minute to play.
It's not going to leave his hands. It'll be in him or John Carter's hands right now.
Harris willing the Marines to the lead, 78-76. 43 seconds to go. Parker and 1.
He has been nearly unstoppable this afternoon for Air Force, with a chance to take the lead here at the line off the and one opportunity.
23 points for Austin Parker. Coach, his previous high, 15 points against your squad, but he has been a beast today.
I wish you didn't mention that against my squad. A lot of growing up has happened against my team. But you know what? I'm going to own it. It's my fault. But yeah, moving forward, I'm not even going to call Parker a young man. He's playing like a grown man right now. What a play. That's a winning play right there. Not scared at the moment.
Grown man, 24 points for Austin Parker. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Air Force up by 1. Force tournament life on the line. The difference between potentially being in the consolation game. Here's that last play from Parker.
40 seconds left in the game. I highly expect John Carter and Christopher Harris to initiate everything that happens and or shoot the ball.
Away we go. About 9 seconds.
Screen and roll.
Shot and game clock difference. Harris. Shot on the way. Rebounded underneath.
Great defense
by the Air Force. 17 seconds, and Carter going to commit the foul on Draylon Perkins.
The Air Force played excellent defense on that. I highly expected for nobody else to take a shot at that magnitude other than Christopher Harris or John Carter, and they forced someone else to make the play, and that's what happens when you have great players. Great players will get you to where you want to be, and the others have to be ready to make those big moments when defenses hone in on them, and that's what happened right there. They forced someone else to beat them.
Draylon Perkins made the first free throw. He has 13 points in the game. Coach Doe and Coach Mitchell are talking to the officials, and so Perkins makes it a 2-point game. This is a big free throw, Joel, coming up. But first, we're going to take a timeout. 15.4 seconds left. Back after this.
That huddle, Coach Mitchell went over various scenarios, make or miss on this free throw, whether they're down 2 or 3 on the ensuing offensive possession. 15 seconds is a lot of time to go.
Perkins makes it.
A lot of time, but I know a lot of coaches would foul in this situation. I'm one of those because the 3 can't beat you. But we'll see what happens.
John Carter, 3 ball on the way. Doesn't go. Quincy Owens with the rebound, and Air Force is going to get out of here.